oxygen. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to build an electrolyzer the likes of which I have never constructed before. It's a brilliant plan. I came up with it while showering and doing the math on a steamy glass door. So here's how this machine is going to work. I am going to go ahead and build the advanced electrolyzer here. It's like the normal electrolyzer, except for it has pipes. Yeah. It does cost a few more watts to run, so I still have the cost penalty, much like I would have if I was to pump this through a gas pump. So we're not gaining any efficiency there. However, we are separating the two components right from the get-go. So oxygen will flow into my base and do its thing that oxygen does. You know, like supplying your dupes with breathable oxygen. That's important. But then we have the problem that this gas that is flowing out of here in the form of clean oxygen is going to be way too hot for my duplicate. Because if we take a closer look at the output temperature of oxygen from the electrolyzer here, it will be at least 70 degrees Celsius or hotter if the input temperature of the water is hotter, which is a problem for oxygen, not so much for hydrogen. However, since we have all of these mods, we have many different ways that we could possibly solve this problem. So what I'm going to use is a machine that you can find with the inside of the base. This is the anti-entropy, just called the thermal nullifier. It's basically a machine developed in the fourth dimension. You put some hydrogen in and it cools the surrounding area down. It's magic, sciencey magic. So the concept of how this is going to work is we're going to have one of these machines right here. Oxygen will then be piped up through a radiator. That radiator is going to then pass through the same area that our thermal nullifier is in, and we will supply a sufficient amount of hydrogen to the thermal nullifier in order to temperature control the oxygen that flows out of there. So that way the duplicates have a nice source of oxygen at the perfect temperature. Now, in order to build this, we are going to need a lot of refined metal. The advanced electrolyzer right here takes 200 kilograms of refined metal right there, so either iron or aluminum. But the thermal nullifier takes 4 tons worth, which is kind of a lot for my rock crusher, so this thing's going to be running a whole lot. So, good job, dupes. Bogus is going to be like ripped by the time he's done. Ooh, we got a new blueprint. Oh, pufflet eggs. Oh, pufflet eggs. We can do something with those now. Welcome to my base, my little poopy friends. We are going to put you over here. Whoa, what if we expose them to space? Do you think they'll become space puffs? We're gonna try that. They probably should stay down here because it's the only source of polluted oxygen. Let's talk about some technologies that I'm going to need to build this contraption here. Obviously, I already have the core components researched. However, there's more to it. What I need is radiant gas pipes. Okay, we got metal tiles, radiator tiles. Ooh, I want some of those. Oh, you know what? I guess I already researched it. Never mind. Okay, so as it turns out, I already have the technology that I need. So, never mind. What? A CO2 crystallizer? Rapidly turns CO2 into refined carbon at the cost of a small amount of lime. LED lights. Okay. Sold. I love me some LED lights. I like how I'm doing absolutely nothing with medicine. Alright, we'll do some with medicine. Should probably do a natural gas generator because I have a natural gas geyser down there. Stuff like that. What is the hyperbaric gas reservoir? What mods have I installed? I don't even know. We have an ice box. Its description is squiggles. I don't even know what that's all about. Alright, so the location for this magnificent machine is going to be right down over here. I've already supplied oxygen to this area down here via this pipe that's coming from the oxygen diffuser. So we should be able to work in this area. It's also close to the water, so it makes sense to build it down there. I still kind of like this idea of maybe sticking to the same sort of biomes that I'm starting with here, rather than just paving over space. But let's be real, I'm probably going to pave over space. I'm not going to hold myself to it as much as I was in the last series. Alright, so let's try to plan this thing out. I do have mods that allow me to place equipment down, even though I don't have the materials. Ha! I mean, by that I mean put them on the map. They don't get built until I have the material. Advanced electrolyzer. It's gonna go... Let's just go right down here. We're not actually going to build this stuff for right now. We'll just priority level 1, right? So that's going to do its thing. Now that thing does put off a little bit of heat, so we might as well just keep it in the same environment that the rest of this stuff is running or operating in. All right, so the thermal nullifier is going to be placed right up here. I'm going to make that out of aluminum because it's one of these machines that actually, I don't know if the machine itself cools down and then it cools down everything else. That's probably what it does. Therefore, aluminum is the correct choice over iron. Boom, we'll place that right there. I want to cool this thing down. So, you know, rather than lining it up, we'll actually just place it off to the side. Then maybe I can put 2 down there if we ever need. Don't build this yet, dupes. It's priority level 1. Ah, they're building it. Stop. Numbers. Numbers. No. Stop building it. Here, go over here and deliver some eggs. You have space puffs. What? Should we use a long bridge? Yeah, let's use a long bridge. Boom. Hey, bogus. No, no. Don't build it yet. You got other things to do. Build an airlock or something. There you go. Have fun. Oh, you know what you guys should do? Here, this will be a good use of your time. Build this insulated piece right here. And then just build a ladder right there. Boom. All right, so for the automation here, oh my gosh, look at all these sensors. It's beautiful. I want a thermal sensor. I'm gonna place that right over here. Boom. That is then going to automate. I can't automate that. Oh, but we can. Say hello to my best friend, the mechanized airlock. Consider yourself automated. Thermal nullifier. All right, oxygen flows out here. Hydrogen flows out there. Flows over there. Flows in here as the first and most important priority. I should probably build up some hydrogen because heat is important. All right. Well, I wouldn't happen to have a small gas reservoir, would I? Okay, I've got a better idea. Check this out. So I'm going to use one of these high flow vertical gas reservoir things. Basically as a manifold for a lot of this hydrogen stuff. So I'm going to place that right over here. That's going to be the first stop for anything hydrogen. Boom, you're going to go out of there, right into there. Now this means I have many different outputs for all of this hydrogen stuff. I don't know if it chooses like this one first or if it just divides it among all of them. We're going to find out. But for the first option, I just want it to do this number. Right over here, and it can flow right into that thermal nullifier. Now, full 1 kilogram things of oxygen will now flow through this area over here. That's going to be nice and cool. And because I simply cannot resist it, another manifold. If I'm a little bit weird, it's because I'm jacked up on energy drink at the moment. Woo! All right, so there is my blueprint. Why did I even plan it down there? I should just plan it right here. There you go. I have the tools. I should just make use of them. All right. So now that's a pretty good start. Let's see here. What else do we need? Power. That's usually a good option. We need some tiles. You know, these tanks might be cold, so we should insulate them. Maybe just insulate this whole thing. I got rid of the gas pipe. 1 mechanized airlock. That's great. Oh, and then right here, here's what we do. Where are you? You are going to be a gas vent right there. So the first thing we're going to do is fill this area with hydrogen. Poof. Full of hydrogen. We then have this area right here. We'll have some mixed gases inside of it. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, whatever. That's where you're going to go in to kind of build some stuff, which means we probably need a ladder to get to all of this. Oh yeah. And that stuff will be insulated, and because we want the oxygen to go back to wherever we want it to go, we're going to use the bridge to jump over here like this, and then it will go off into the rest of our base, or different suits and whatnot. So if I copy this and figure out where I want it to go, right there. Perfect. All right, dupes, don't have too much fun. Boogies! What are you doing, man? You're on the wrong side of the wall. You'll be all right. Just a little crispy is all. We'll build another gas vent there. We're going to turn this on for now. Let's take a look at our resources. We still have 7.8 tons of algae, so we're doing pretty good. This contains nothing. Where's my pufflet eggs? Why have you not moved? I mean, thank you for the reed fiber, but dude, the puffs. All right. Do we have a new duplicate? Decreased cap. No. Germ resistant? No. Binge eater? No. Ugly crier? Increased athletics? Abe! Falls asleep periodically. Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Night owl, like me. Quite literally, right now it's 1:30 in the morning. Gains nighttime attribute bonuses. Increased food morale bonus. Cannot do attacking errands and has an increased bladder. Ah, yes. Rex! Welcome to the base! And thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. Alright, so, we need another cot right over here, which means we need more of this, which means we need more of this, yes, which might possibly expose us to space. Let's just be careful here. It would be nice to not sleep in a vacuum of space, if possible. We do have enough food. We're up to 78. That is definitely a 6. 69,000 calories. Oh, what have we researched now? The LED light. What, I can't build that? I don't have plastic. Crap. But yet we have the molecular forge. Normally, I wouldn't build this for a long time because we still have to get to space and all of that. However, there might be other recipes inside of there that are important. We also have a bleach stone refinery, so that's cool. CO2 crystallizer. Rex, what is your job? Oh, definitely building. Have at it. And just don't have too much fun. Operating. Boogies, you can tidy. Numbers. Oh, we don't quite have the morale for exosuits at the moment. We should work on that. Probably need a recreation room. I think the obvious answer is right up here. We don't really need this here. However, it is a fantastic spot for a small recreation room. You're not building my majestic machine. Okay, this is highly important that you build this. Dupes, I need you to build a tile. It's very important. You build it right there. Then, this is where we bring in the pipe. Dupes, do not keep digging. 9, please. Numbers, what are you doing, buddy? Be careful. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to try something up here. I'm going to build the king-size door right there like that. Hopefully the eggs will fall through, but the hatches will not. Otherwise, we're going to replace it with the tiles. That way, I don't have to worry about sweeping the eggs up all the time. I'm just keeping an eye on it right now. I'd rather not have to. It's kind of an old trick, but this time with a new door. So then I'm going to place these two mechanized airlocks horizontal like that, so that hopefully these buildings have something to stand on. Because right now they're on top of a mesh door, essentially, so that they don't actually work. It's not on a foundation. So we're going to build the doors, build the stuff on top of it. Then we can automate that using a clock sensor. All right, so now we can see that the grooming station is indeed on top of something stable. So it should function. Same with the critter feeder. Same with the critter drop-off. Copy those settings. Copy these settings. And then wrangle up all of my critters here. Actually, rather than a clock sensor, what I want is an egg sensor. Toops! How about you pick up some of these hatches, huh? Okay, build that egg sensor. It's an important one. But it's also important to move these hatches. There we go. Delivered. Delivered. One more. Nom Nom Jr. Ah, yes. There we go. All right, so if I select below here, these doors should open up, but they don't fall down. See, that's a point. That's important. But when they drop an egg, they should go ahead and open up, and then I think the egg will fall through. Maybe. But now up here, you can see that I have all of these hatches. There's just too many. And that's where that utility comes in. The butcher station. Aha! Just like that, an egg fell down. Boom! Hello. So it would be better off to kind of build this stuff a little bit higher than have the eggs just drop down here. So kind of flip this a little bit. Yep, there goes another egg. Ha! And at least then I wouldn't have to sweep it and take it from here up to there. Okay. So that works out really good. It's really quite easy. I like it. So let's get rid of these. Right there, the big king-size doors. We also can move that sensor up just a tad bit. Get rid of that sensor. Build this as an actual floor. There we go. We're gonna move that butcher station right down here. and everything inside of it. In case we have some eggs, all of that will be provided. Deconstruct these power wires because they're all going to be built into the wall. Cancel that power wire because I messed up. There we go. Okay, let's higher priority. Whoops. We're going to take this mechanized airlock. We're going to build another one right there, and then another one right here. Or you know what? Let's not do the mechanized airlock. Let's stay with this. Place that right there. Automation. Oh, what happens if we automate the big door? Did they fall through? Or do they not? Ooh, we enter some sort of wart seed. All right. Great. What else do we have going on here? Dupes, you're not building this. Although I'm also building this. So, we can now cook barbecue. Yes, please do that. All right, so now I'm just going to clear out all of this stuff here. Some of those guys will drop down. Well, everything dropped down, so that's good. What do we have here? We have 8 of 8. No! Nom Nom Jr., not you! Not deliver that sage hatch, please, to the butcher station. What we want is just normal hatches to go away. We'll keep a maximum of 2 in here. How about that? We need some better lights. What else do we have here? Ooh, a floodlight. All right, we could build one of those. Or the other option for more lights is way over here. Although those are very fancy lights and they use fancy materials. All right, so if we take a closer look here, Trendgar is going to go ahead and wrangle some of these. What are you doing? You're going to bring it down here. Yes. That was 1. Currently storing 8 of 8. Everybody's happy. Just doing 2 of 2 down here. Again, everybody's happy. Woo! 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 More spicy tofu. My dupes are getting they get a lot of food out of the printing pod. Maybe I don't even need to cook food. We could just get it all from there. Oh, you know what? We've got all of this reed fiber down here. You know what that means? That means we need to build a textile loom. I know we haven't built all of this stuff. Probably should build that. My dupes just want everything. Or more like I want everything for my dupes. How about that? Alright, so now that I have some automation, I'm going to go ahead and build a ceiling lamp just like this. And then I'll put a motion sensor just beneath that. So this is a duplicate motion sensor. Boom. And then a little bit of wire between the two. So that way this light bulb only turns on when you're in this area. And what I want to build right down here is going to be a textile loom. So that is going to be this guy right there. Which means we need quite a bit more refined materials. Ooh, matter of fact, we need a lot of aluminum, don't we? Okay, have at it. No, the pips, they've gotten bigger. These are the ones that hatched out of the eggs. They're different than the good pip over there, but they wrangle all the same, so let's wrangle them. Here, this is going to be your rec room, dupes. I'm going to put this water cooler right inside of here. It's 14 tiles. You're going to love it. Hey, there we go. Textile loom has been created. I have 4 of 27 reed fiber. Very nice. I think I might already have 1 snazzy suit running around, but could use a few more. Now we need a decor item inside of there. We're going to give you a majestic pedestal. An object of much debate. Ooh! Alright, we have unlocked the floodlight. Look at this monster. How much power does that consume? 30 watts! Oh! How big is this motion sensor thing? It's probably a mod to make the motion sensor actually sense more than just this teeny tiny spot. Oh, yeah. That's kind of weak sauce. But man, if you really want some light, put the floodlight in right over there. And then, gosh, where could we put the other side of this? Well, if you build it in on this side, then we can illuminate everything down here. It's 120 watts. No, hang on. Each one's 30. I kind of like that idea. I know it's not a very practical use of my time or materials, but when has that ever stopped me? Get rid of that lame light bulb there. Throw down some automation wire. All of that. Boom. Power that up. More spicy tofu. How come I get spicy tofu all the time? There we go. A floodlight right over here, just like that. Take some more. Oh, the automation is already good to go. How about the power wire? More spaghetti. There you go. All right, so now that this area is kind of safe to operate in, because we have the oxygen over here, see the temperature difference, This is like 35 degrees. It's quite toasty over there, but not too bad. I can go ahead and mine up this stuff. There's also a ton of automation stuff that's already been built up right here. So I can go ahead and deconstruct this. Hey, you can see how that floodlight works. That's nice. Take a look at that. Ooh, there's quite a bit of it. You know what? It makes sense to have these separated right here. Cool. Every time a dupe runs through there, gets a little blast of a floodlight. Boom. There they go. Now they can see just how they're using that blow dryer. Meep! You're crispy, dude! Cool, steam vent is running again. This does give me the potential of maybe making a little bit of a liquid loop or something right here. So I can keep this water in check. Ever so slightly. Once we get it up and running. I'm making zero progress on the amount of refined metal I need. I just keep building more motion sensors. Dupes! Stop using the outhouse. And clean the toilet. Alright, so I think it's about time I start working on the pip ranch up here. So I'm going to go ahead and dig up like this and dig over as far as I can. It's a total of 84 tiles. I'll actually go a little bit taller and then fill the spaces back in. But for right now, we're just going to dig out this, with the exception of the stuff that leads into space. And then we can start to plant the trees right up here. Spicy tofu. What? I don't get it. What is up with this? Dude. This egg sensor, it sure does make this work a whole lot better. Detected an egg. We dropped the eggs down here. Look at all this. We're just sage hatchling eggs all over the place. Blip! There goes another egg. Hey, we're even making another Atmo suit. Perfect. How are the temperatures in my base? They're a little bit chilly right up here. Still negative something something. But inside the base, near the core, 19 degrees. Oh, it's pretty good. About 25 down here. So it's starting to get a little bit warm, but that's because we have all of this water. All right, we're at 5.2 tons with the algae. We need to get this thing up and running. So dupes, let's go ahead and increase the priority on building. Otherwise, we're going to have to go and harvest up more algae, which we don't want to do. Well, the space puffs have escaped, and they do not know where the polluted oxygen is. How about that? Well, go explore the greater world, my little puffs. Who made a boogies? Come on. Ooh, don't actually mop that up. That's good stuff. Oh, buddy. Re-enable. No research. That's what's up. I gotta fix that. Alright, so here's my grand fix. We're just going to pee into space. Get rid of all of that. We don't need it. If we are going to overfill the toilet and we have nowhere for that polluted water to go, then it's just going to drip into space and disappear. See? There we go. It just drips off into space. Perfect. Alright, my dupes are having a hard time building down here, so I'm going to give them some oxygen. Muckroot. Food. Every time. Alright, so these dupes are hard at work here. But now we're starting to deal with some stuff like bleach stone. If we want to sweep this stuff up, we're going to have a hard time handling it. Unless we have a spot that's got some liquid inside of it. So I think, at this point, rather than having storage bins, it's a good idea to set up an infinite storage container. Or basically a spot where we're just going to drop everything. So let's deconstruct these buildings right here. And then I'll build an automatic dispenser, a couple of them right over here. Man, look at them go. Good job, dupes. Man, look at all that chlorine. You know what's a good thing here? Is we actually dug up some gold amalgam somewhere. It must have been over here. I must have dug some of that up. So what that means is I can go ahead and get rid of this liquid pump. We don't need that one anymore. And I'm going to replace that with a gold amalgam one, because that gives me an overheat temperature plus 50 degrees Celsius. So that means it cannot have any issues down here. So long as this is liquid, we're good. And this thing only outputs steam at 110, so it's going to be kind of hard for it to overheat this entire area here. Besides, we can find a way to cool it down just a little bit to condense it. So rather than just having 5 degrees, I'm gonna have much more. Man, it's now about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still going. All right, so there we go. I got rid of all of those storage containers here. All right, so to set this up, it's fairly straightforward. You just use an automatic dispenser. The idea is you drop it into one spot there, set that to sweep only. Then you just use the sweep command on your entire map, and boom, your duplicates bring all the stuff here and it drops onto the floor, and that's it. Down here you put a little bit of liquid, so if you have some stuff that off gases like bleach stone, then since it's underwater, it won't off gas. Same thing with slime and everything, and there's no limit to the amount you can store in an area. I'm going to make this a couple tiles high, like this, ultimately, and that way my dupes are exposed to a little bit less bad decor, because you will build up a lot of material inside of here. If we take a look at the decor overlay, you can see that there is a fair amount of negative decor because of all the debris, especially when you stack up a bunch of it. It really has had little effect to every time I've used this thing, but whatever. I'm going to do it anyhow. The one thing you want to do is set up a little bit of a bottle emptier. We're going to go ahead and just put water right there. Set that to auto bottle. We're going to take a little bit of water out of a liquid canister filler because that thing is awesome. And boom, just like that, we'll drop a little bit of water in there. Perfect. Ideally, you want to set up a couple of these. That way you can have more dupes running sweep commands, and they're not trying to fight over who has what errands attached to that building. So it just helps you sweep up a lot faster. A couple of doors are going to go in just like that. There we go. There's some more liquid. Just deconstruct that. Boom. The reason I'm putting a critter drop off here is so that I can auto wrangle extra critters just like we have here. You tend to end up with eggs inside of here, so it lets you manage your critters a little bit. What do we have inside the printing pod? Food? How about that? Barbecue. I have no idea if I have enough food production. Yeah, the printing pod just keeps giving me more and more. And so my dupes can run across this nice and easy. I'll build some ladders just like this. Perfect. And of course we need to see what we're doing, so we'll put in a ceiling light. All right, so I'm going to set all of these to all and sweep only. Copy the settings. There we go. And now when I say sweep, I'll go ahead and set it to a really high priority so we can sweep all of this stuff where it doesn't, if it's in a spot where it doesn't belong. Like here, like there, all of these little debris spots. I can go ahead and sweep that up. I think one thing I'm going to do here is just use a normal storage bin in this spot. That'll be for clothing, so I can get rid of clothing here. Otherwise, it gets kind of hard to find clothing in this big pile of stuff. Uh-oh. Error. Please restart game. Oh, no! Oh, boy. Thank you. Okay, so far so good. There's our first glitch, 121 cycles in. Whoa, look at this thing. And look at this weird thing. Let's take a look at our resources. Ooh, 4,500 kilograms of algae. I can dig up plenty more if I need to. I mean, we've got a lot of it right there. A whole bunch of it right here. Let's not even forget about this. Plus, I think there's other biomes up here, so it's not like I'm going to suffocate. Although I would like to get that up and running fairly soon. Alright, so you can see what these dupes are doing here. They're just sweeping up and they're dropping it, or they're loading it into the automatic dispenser right there. And most of the material is just going in these first two. So I think only if we ever end up with a ton of commands will we ever really drop them into those. Holy moly. I have 60,000 calories of spicy tofu. Alright, we've just about completed the construction here. What I want to do is set this thermal sensor. It is going to be true, which means the door is going to be open if we are below 20 degrees Celsius. Now, this is where we really needed to sweep things up, right down here. I don't want all of this chlorine inside of here. It's actually not thermally conductive, so we kind of want to get that out of there. If anything, we want to replace that with oxygen. That's not too bad. Preferably, this hydrogen will just blow into here and we'll take care of that. How about the power situation? It'd be nice if we built this. Here's what I'll do. We'll build down here like that. It's going to be a hot job, but somebody's got to do it. Yeah. Didn't think about that one. My bad. Well, too late now. It's full of water. Well, that's okay. We could put a pump right down here. Not a big deal. Meep, dude, you're getting crispy. Ooh, Bogus is crispy too. I think we need another cot. What's in the blueprint this time? Oh, We don't have food this time. Oh, who made a mess? Numbers, come on, man. It's right there. It's right there. What have you done with the water? Oh, we've got one of these fancy bridge things that may or may not have actually done what I needed them to. Or because we're missing sand. That could be it too. One thing's for certain. Dupes. You gotta fix these pipes quick. Or at least empty the outhouse. Rex has got it. Thank you, Rex. Oh, priority, please. Please fix that. So the drains work pretty good. We do have some liquid inside of here rather than going into this area down there. Very nice. And our somewhat emergency supply of water for the bathroom has been solved. That's good. Oh, here we go. Oxygen is flowing. Hydrogen's. Oh, we don't have enough resources for that. Okay, turn these to water. Okay, there we go. What's the temperature in here? We need some more aluminum. You know what? I was able to... Oof. Nope, there it is again. Okay, so made a change. Let's see what happens here. Happened when I clicked on this guy. No? No? Aha! I think we're back in business. Alright. There's apparently some sort of script I can run that will allow me to know what sort of mod is causing issues. I don't know how to run it yet. One of those programmer things. So Claire and White, a person on my Discord channel, actually made a script to run and figure out what mods are causing an issue here. I don't yet know how to use it. However, when I booted up the game today, I noticed that there were all of these updates right here. So these were the first mods I looked at, and one of them seemed to have some comments beneath it. The canister filler right there, so potentially that was the culprit. Hard to say, but my investigative research has at least led me to one potential candidate, and I did have two mods that were basically doing the same thing, so that could have been a problem. Shine nymph eggs! Yes! Hopefully this time I won't accidentally leave them inside of a storage bin until they die. In case you were wondering where all of my shine nymphs went. Okay, aluminum. Are we ever going to get there? Gosh, we still need 2,800 kilograms. And I thought I got rid of the material color overlay. Hopefully that's just this thing. What a horrid color. Hey, Drecko, you're eating my mealwood, dude. Although you are making phosphorite, so that's good. But dude, my mealwood, get out of here. We're gonna have to put these Dreckos somewhere else. Dear Dreckos, I'm going to confine you to this room over here. All right, we have some snazzy suits. Meep, buddy. Come get yourself a snazzy suit. There you go. Boogies. Come on over here and grab a snazzy suit. How much? Ooh, do we have more? Oh yeah, we've got more. We're gonna splurge today. I like that my dupes take this out of the liquid bottle or put it inside of here and it just keeps going around and around. We just like to cycle or vomit and pee. Keep it fresh, you know? Okay, priority level 8 dupes. These bad Dreckos are just running all over the place eating our food. They ended up inside of here. Look at this thing. Wait a minute. We have all of these hatches inside of here. Dupes, what are you not doing? No critters available. What do you mean no critters available? There, 1, 2, 3 hatches right there. Do I need to spell it out for you? There you go. I gotta click that button. Here we go. Who's gonna be the victim? Oh, they fixed the animation. Check that out. It's just killing everybody. Whoa, I thought I only were on the list here. Automatically wrangles any critters that exceed the population limit or that do not belong. Drengar, chill out, dude. No. No. Don't do it. Okay, good. You nearly were executed. Think about your choices, bad Drecko. Why am I even keeping Dreckos around? You're not really good for food. You're just, I mean, I already have Thimblereeds, and they sucked all the water down. Never mind. Looking at you, Paku. So much for that. Perfect. How are we doing on the oxygen? Ooh, we're getting there. Ugh. 2,200. Doops. Come on, numbers, man. You gotta run a little faster. Alright, so rather than collecting our pee in a liquid bottler here, we're gonna get rid of that. We're also going to get rid of this stuff here. All those liquid pipes. The liquid will just flow down here to a drain, because it is technically a drain, and we'll vent it into space. Just get rid of the polluted water. Alright, so there's one last thing that we need. Okay, there's one last thing that we need over here that I almost forgot about. It's a pretty obvious one too. And that is our power generator. Okay, so I'm going to build a hydrogen generator right here. Let's change all of these tiles to mesh tiles. That way the air can kind of flow through here and stay nice and cool. Oh, nutrient bars. Delicious. Alright, be careful here. This is all space. There we go. Oh, one more. Perfect. Good job, Dukes. Alright, let's see what happens when I connect this hydrogen pipe to here. Alright, so let's try something kind of ridiculous here. I'm going to use a tiny smart battery. We'll build that up right there. Just a little bitty guy like that. Connect it in and hook it up to the automation. Boop. Okay, therefore, then rather than this thing just running all the time, it should only run when that battery goes down. Considering it has such a very small amount of power, might mean that it is the first thing to run out of power on this grid. Weird. Let's see how it works. There we go. It's filling up with juice and disabled. Now it is out of power. That thing's just like not even close. So then it fills back up. Yeah, it actually works pretty good. Come on down here and grab your snazzy suit. And say hello to our new little friend here, the Shine Nymph. Oh boy, what's in the printing pod? Bet your food. Nope. Ice. Or some seeds. We'll go with the seeds. Only 455 kilograms to go. We're nearly there. Wow. Good job, bad Dreckles. Look at this. They got stuck in the tiles. It's being built. Thank you, Meep. Yeah. Come on, buddy. There we go. The thermal nullifier. We'll go ahead and toggle the lights here. There. Beautiful. So that right there is using 10 grams a second of liquid hydrogen to remove 80,000 DTUs a second. So we should see the temperature start to drop in here. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do here is we're going to disable this building. We don't need that anymore. And I could put a gas vent right over here, which means I should be able to disable this build. All right, so we can see that this thing is running. It's now down to 9 degrees Celsius. Although the thermal sensor is taking its time to even out. Unfortunately, this is chlorine down here, so it's not really running quite as fast. The dupes seem to be having an issue with the bathrooms. They also don't seem to want to mop anything, despite them having a very high priority for tidying. And the lavatory is supplied with water, so see the shower runs. They'll use the shower, they'll use the sink, they just refuse to use the lavatory. Huh, I know there's a mod to assign it to a duplicate, but it's set to public, so I don't know. Maybe that's messing it up. Oh no, not a full pup. Wrangle it. Priority level 9. Oh, it's because it contains 0 kilograms of polluted water? That must be it. And I can't empty its storage. Yeah, there we go. Such picky toilets. Let me tell you what. See, now it contains water. There you go. I knew you could do it. Alright, dupes. We really need to get the bathroom finished here. Come on. Priority, please. I don't want to mop everything. There we go, pipes. Let it flow. Wow. How nice of that to not work because the power is out. Good reservoir. Goodbye, light bulb. You were here for only a short while, but now you're gone. I need a liquid reservoir for the water sieve. Because for whatever reason, despite having 6.5 tons of coal, my dupes still don't want to deliver to it. Come on. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's take a look at this oxygen that's flowing in. It's flowing in at about 30 degrees Celsius. I think it's picking up some heat from here. Let's see what it's flowing out at. 35. It's a little bit warmer than I would like. Maybe that's just all the oxygen before that, because it's traveling in at 24, which is perfect. Yeah, this just contains a bunch of oxygen at 33 degrees. It's balancing everything. That means we can disable that. Don't need to use that anymore. We'll have plenty of oxygen down here. And we'll go ahead and do this number. Just kind of provide oxygen where it's needed. Oh, we actually have a wall vent. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. The hydrogen here automatically is coming out of the furthest one to the right. Ah, cool. So I think once that backs up, the hydrogen would then flow out the next available pipe, which would be this one. Oh, did you see that? The door's opening up. That disables the thermal nullifier so it doesn't get too cold. Oh, fancy, fancy. And then the oxygen goes over here and it gets very confused. So we'll get rid of the bridge. I don't know if it's going to understand the wall vents. We'll see. Yes, there we go. Cool. I like that. That's pretty fancy. Uh-oh, we're down to one bad Drecko. What happened to the other two? Oh my gosh. Ew, here's what's happening. The pump was pumping liquid up to the liquid bottler. They're taking it out of there and dropping it into the bottle emptier, creating a waterfall effect. Cool, not needed. All right, I think I might want to take this and bump the temperature up a little bit. This thing tends to run a little bit colder than where I'm sensing it down here, so I don't want to freeze out my base. But besides that, I think we're off to a fantastic start here. I think next time we're going to have to focus in on this natural gas generator, maybe some more stuff over here on the left, so that I can generate a little bit more power. Dude! Crispy! Get out of here! What are you coming down here for? Maybe I should focus on Atmo suits. That might be a good thing for my dupes. But at any rate, that'll have to happen here next time. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.